pun intended. Hindi kasi straight off the bat. Talking about the... Hey people! Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your boy Kevin, back again with another review, another video. And today we'll be talking about the Joker. So in this video, we thought of doing a general discussion along with the non-spoiler review, and then we'll go straight into like a general discussion. So this movie is just such a good film and there's just so much to talk about. So without further ado, let's get to it. So this part of the video will be spoiler free, so if you want to watch the movie without any spoilers, you're still safe. We'll be announcing when we'll be talking about the in this part of the video, it will be completely spoiler free. So if you guys want to watch it without any spoilers and just want to watch like my general thoughts on the movie, here it is, and we'll be announcing when we'll go deep into the spoiler part. So here is our non-spoiler review. So to say that the Joker is dark and gritty is just such an understatement, because it feels like a void almost. It takes you on this dark journey into madness, and for that reason I have to say this film is just such a terrifyingly good movie. You'll be questioning your own mental state at the end of this movie. So if you're depressed, if you're suffering from some sort of mental health issues, personal problems, I don't recommend you watch it yet. So I think you should wait at least till you're like fully emotionally equipped to handle this movie, because it's just that good and it's just that dark. So Joker is rated R for a reason. It's R16, and comparing it to Deadpool, which is another rated R movie, it almost makes Deadpool feel like a cartoon almost, because the murder scenes, the action scenes in Deadpool, yes, they are violent, but they almost appear cartoonish in a way because how Deadpool works. But in this film, you almost feel like you're actually witnessing a murder. That's how well they plan the violence in this film. And although there are just there are just some violent scenes, but those scenes will just stick with you and it will haunt you for a while, I guess. If you're a regular person, it will stick with you. And for that reason, please don't force your kids to watch this film, okay? They won't get it. Hopefully they don't get it, because it will damage them. And yeah, there's no Batman in this film. There is no Batman, so just don't bring your kids, okay? Are we good? Overall, I think the Joker is just gonna be one of those movies that you watch over and over, and I think it's safe to say that it's gonna be a classic film. Some have compared it to Taxi Driver, and I would have to agree it's on par to that kind of descent into madness. And yeah, it's just that good of a movie. So I give this film a solid 10 pelvic thrusts. So although the Joker still has some rough edges, especially just a few minor scenes, most notably the ones with text. There are a lot of text scrolling in this film, but you can ignore those tiny nuances, and yeah, I would still qualify this film as a classic that you should watch. So, what are you still doing watching this film? Go and, well, no, don't go. Just pause this video, pause it, and watch the film, and then come back because we're gonna do a general discussion after this. So guys, you've been warned. We'll be moving deep into spoiler territory. Moving on to the past this point of the video, so last chance to turn away, or you'll get what you deserve. You see, if you haven't watched it, you wouldn't get that. So straight off the bat, so straight off the bat, at the very first scene of the film, you get slapped really hard by the tonality of this film. Most films these days, of this style, like a character drama, it almost always starts out happy. But in this film, you just know it delivers a statement that there is no joy and there will be no happy ending in this film. And you get that straight from just the first few seconds of the film. And I just love that. So just to give emphasis to how amazing those first few seconds were, I mean, I am a Batman fan, and of course I'll be excited about this Joker film. And I was like, at the very beginning, okay, I was like, here we go, Joker film, this is gonna be awesome. And then the first few seconds hit and I was like, whoa, I am not ready for this kind of film. So yeah, it was just so dark in the beginning. So skipping to one of the major turning points of the film is the scene where he murders these 3 jerks in the train, and you actually get behind Arthur Fleck for this, because those 3 were jerks, and maybe it's questionable if he did try to save the girl on the train, or was it just his condition acting up, because he laughs every time he is uncomfortable. So yeah, did he save that girl, or was he just laughing out of his condition? Can we discuss that in the comments, because I want to hear what you guys think. But on side note, I loved how they did that nuance with the Joker laugh, making it his like a mental health condition, and that's just something generic, and well, not generic, but they made it flow naturally with the scene and made it. One of the scariest part of this movie is that they made Joker feel almost too human. It feels like anybody, like you or me, any one of us can turn into the Joker, and I think that's one of the most powerful and most terrifying strengths of this film. Going back to the topic, we see Arthur Fleck murder these 3 jerks on the train, and that's just what I was saying before. This scene, you actually feel like you're witnessing a murder, and also it proves as this dark turn for Arthur Fleck, because everything we see before is just, you see him as an introvert. He's always scared of conflict. He's never really fending for himself. But after this scene where he runs to the subway bathroom and it's just weird that almost every time someone commits a murder in movies, they always end up at a similar bathroom. Okay, so moving on back to the topic. But you see him get this form of release, and almost like he enjoyed what happened, you know? And this just again proves that this is the start, or this shows the start of his turn into the Joker. So, okay, after the incident becomes widespread news, it takes on this alternative effect on Arthur's mental state. Because you would expect someone to be scared because, you know, they're on the news, or they're talking about him on the news for murder. But he sees this as almost like a gratification of his existence, you know, because one of his conflicts in this film is he feels like he does not have meaning in the world, and after placing such a high standard for himself, he always goes to say that he was put into this world to bring happiness and smile to everyone. But seeing his life just crashing all around him, this is his reward. So yeah, again, this is not a film for kids. So again, this just poses one of the serious issues of the film. So at the beginning, Arthur Fleck is just a regular guy trying to get along in this world, and he tries to be good all the time. He tries to be nice. He tries to be that good son. He tries to be that good employee. But you know, it never really seems to pay off for him. And at the end, he feels that doing these negative things, getting that form of release, you know, he, at least in his mind, he feels that he gets rewarded for being or doing these acts of violence. So yeah, again, I can't stress this enough, but you know, if you have you have issues, just don't watch this film yet. You might, I don't know. So okay, there's just there are so many levels to this movie that I won't discuss them all, because this video might turn out to be longer than the movie. So okay, let's just move on. So there are just so many things that we can talk about in this movie. There are just so many levels. It's just so deep that we won't be able to discuss them all. So comment down below some of your questions and we'll try to get to them all. And we do read your comments and we try to reply to most, if not all of them. So yeah, moving on. So they do introduce the Wayne family in this film, and I love the twist they did where Thomas Wayne is actually Arthur Fleck's father. Like, what? That totally blew my mind, and I can hear just the geeks or the nerds, including me, in the theater going, whoa. And that was just such a huge shocker. Although later on we do find out that Arthur's mother has mental health issues as well. She has what does she have? She has she has narcissistic tendencies and she has delusions. So it really is a question if who's telling the truth, because in this film Thomas Wayne is just an asshole. Okay, he's a jerk. Maybe they did have an affair, so we'll never know for sure. But yeah, again, another topic for discussion. So just keep commenting those thoughts down below. Now let's move on to Arthur's love interest in this film, the character of Sophie Dumont. Dumont? So yeah, I really love how they did her character in this film, and you almost see her as Arthur sees her, at least at the beginning, where she is just like this ray of light, this glimmer of hope in this onslaught of darkness that he is suffering from. So her scenes were just as much a break for the audience as it is for Arthur, you know. So in her scenes, the tension just sort of eases out, and for a second you don't feel like something bad is gonna happen. So yeah, until the twist in the end. So another important character to Arthur's life is Robert De Niro's character, who is Franklin Murray. Franklin Murray. So he is also a comic book character in DC, but let's not talk about that now. So yeah. So Franklin Murray is almost like a father figure to Arthur, because every time he watches the show on TV, he feels just such a deep connection to Murray. And yeah, he even has delusions of them having this warm father-son moment live on air. So yeah, that plays a huge part later on, and yeah, it's just gonna blow your mind. So there's this one particular scene that I love the tension between Joker and Bruce Wayne. So there's this scene where Arthur is showing these magic tricks to Bruce, and I just love that tension. And can I just say something? They should just make this into Batman's canon. I love the idea of Bruce and Joker being secretly brothers, you know? And it would make so much sense why Batman refuses to kill Joker, although he has a couple of times knocked him out. And also it makes sense why the Joker treats Batman almost like he loves him, you know? And it's because they're brothers and they don't really know it, but deep down they feel it in their bones, you know? And yeah, make that canon, DC. Do it! But yeah, a lot of people are complaining, you know, or at least I read some articles of people saying that this is not Joker, it's not their Joker or whatever. But I think it's the most Joker film we could have, you know? It's essentially the Killing Joke backstory for the Joker minus the vat of chemicals, you know? We got a struggling comedian, we have just mental health issues, and it just makes him more human. And it actually now it makes more sense why Batman would always put him back to Arkham Asylum rather than, you know, just killing him or putting him to Blackgate Prison, because he knows that Joker is just a mentally unstable person. Okay, going back to the story, there is a point in the movie where he confronts Thomas Wayne because his mother is sick and they really need financial support, and he thinks he is his father. Okay, so spoiler, he says that he's not his father. He says, I don't know, what do you think? But then that prompts him to go to the asylum to find his mother's records, and there he finds out the shocking truth that his mother suffers from narcissistic tendencies and delusions, and that his mother let him be abused as a kid. And it goes to say that he was beaten and he was tied to a heater by one of his mother's ex-boyfriend. And wow, that made me sad just saying it. So what more if you're watching the film, right? So yeah, so at this point he is just so broken down, which leads him to try to go to his girlfriend, Sophie Dumont. And here it just blows your mind that he is actually having a delusion himself. What? Like, I was watching it and wow, I didn't know what to think at the cinema. It was just, it went full on M. Night Shyamalan, bitch. So yeah, that twist was just so crazy. At this point of the film, I was questioning my mental state. I was like, and also Mela told me she was questioning if I was real, and I was questioning if she was real at the end of the film. It was just that super crazy, but I don't know. Am I real? Is this real? Is YouTube real? Are you real? What? So okay, now we're moving on to my favorite part of the film, and what I guess you'll be waiting for when you watch the film. It's when he puts on the Joker outfit, and it's just such a good look. And yeah, at this point it's just such a physical and metaphoric thing for Arthur to put on the Joker's outfit or costume or paint, or yeah, becoming the Joker. So at this point it's just, he's a completely different person now. He's confident, and he's even kind of funnier, and also he doesn't even do his weird laugh anymore. So yeah, go figure that when you turn into the Joker, you don't do your laugh anymore. And it's weird, but it also makes sense because now he is accepting who he really is. And it's kind of inspirational, but in a dark and twisted way. I mean, he became evil, but you're kind of supporting him on this. Okay, so we're almost at the end of the video, and let's just make it quick, and let's fast forward to almost the end of the film, where he goes on TV, when he goes on Murray's show, and he confesses to the murder on the train. And that, oh man, this whole scene is just so amazing and so tragic. And actually, now thinking back, they treat Gotham itself in this movie as its own character, and it's evolving with the Joker. And I really love that it would still make sense in a Batman universe, because we see Gotham, how it descends to madness, and how they see the Joker. And they see the Joker as a symbol of rebellion against the rich and the greedy. And oh man, it's almost inspirational the way I talk about it, but it's also scary because it it's almost like a mirror of our society, and that this film can cause so much trouble to so much people that, again, it's just such a dangerously scary film. Okay, it has so many levels, and wow, it's just so masterfully done that a lot of people might just do crazy things after watching this film. And I still encourage you to watch it because it is just a beautiful film. But again, just, prep your mind, prep your body and soul, because this is just wow. Okay, it will take a toll on your everything. So, but one final thing that I really loved about this movie, and I don't know if it's just me or if you noticed it as well, but they reenacted how Bruce's parents got murdered on Crime Alley, and the cuts between Bruce Wayne and how his family got murdered, and cutting simultaneously with what's happening to Arthur Fleck, or should I say Joker now, and his parents and Arthur Fleck died at the same time. At least that's how they cut it. And it also, at least for me, that imagery just says that Bruce Wayne became Batman, and also Arthur Fleck became the Joker just at the same time, and it was brought up by the same tragedies happening on their environment. And I think that's just another beautiful thing about this movie, and how it enriches the whole Batman mythology as well. And just another spoiler, but I think it should be a topic of discussion, because so there is this theory that all that happened in the Joker film was just in Arthur's mind, because he suffers from delusions, and this is just one of his delusional fantasies. And for me, I hope that theory is not true, because I want this franchise to continue even to the Batman universe with Robert Pattinson, because he's the next Batman. But before the Batman film, I never thought I would be saying this, but I would want to see another Joker film before the Batman film, and I would want that film to talk about, or to show how he transitions from this just a crazy person into, the clown prince of crime. I can never say that. The clown prince of crime, because right now he's just a crazy person. He's in an asylum, but he can't take over Gotham. I mean, he has the followers, but I want them to show how he gets to the point where he can go toe to toe with Batman. And yeah, that would be so awesome to see. And oh man, if they pull that if they pull that off, that would set up such a rich and amazing Batman universe. Whew, that was such a long video. I hope you guys are still watching, and thank you if you are. And yeah, I hope you agree with some of the ideas I've been sharing. If not, please let me know. Share your thoughts, and yeah, what did you think of the Joker? Again, I give this a solid 10 out of 10, and I hope you guys watch it, and I hope you watch it before watching the rest of this video, because I practically spoiled the whole movie. And it's just such an amazing movie that I hope you get to see it, and I hope it doesn't just break your mind too much. And yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be notified of our next video and our next giveaway. Maybe in our next video we'll be doing another giveaway, so yeah, stay tuned for that, and see you guys next time. Oh wait, maybe this is a better ending.